Effect of light on terrestrial organisms. We know the animals or organisms which live on land, they are called as terrestrial organisms. Now here the light, it affects the distribution, color and some structures in terrestrial animals. Okay, light affects the distribution of terrestrial organisms, or it may affect or color patterns observed, and some structures may be different because of the light in terrestrial animals that we have to see. Now light influences the pigmentation in several ways. Pigmentation, it affects the color pattern of the organisms. Now skin color may be indirectly affected by light through the mediation of eyes or other receptors. Okay, eyes or other body organ receptors, how they acts upon the intensity or duration of light, that it imparts color to the skin. The various pigments are responsible for this coloration. Vertebrate organisms possess an adaptation to ultraviolet light, in which the outer layer of skin, it is thickened and it develops keratin, some pigments. In some organisms it develops corns, etc., and all of which help to absorb the sunlight and reduce the penetration of light of all wavelengths. Okay, all these pigments absorb some wavelengths of light and some wavelengths are reflected. Here example, lizards of genus Cratophytus, they expand their dark pigment present in skin to absorb the sunlight, okay, until they reach an optimum temperature, after which the dark pigments, they contract their dark pigments, okay, and expand the light colored pigments for the reflection of light. Okay, in this way it is the effect of light on terrestrial organism. Now the absence of light, it results in loss of color in some animals which lives in caves. Okay, here in caves the sunlight is not reaching them, therefore their body color is lost. Okay, the role of protective coloration and mimicry is well known in the terrestrial animals, that also includes insects. In birds, the light affects reproductive activities through coloration, okay, protective resemblance and migration. These may affect their reproductive activities. Okay, the migration in birds, it is evidently a secondary effect of influence of light. Okay, depending on light, their migration of birds depends, or it sometimes it hampers. Okay, the light factor also affects the orientation, behavior and normal day-to-day activities of many terrestrial animals. The bees does the changing of the sun. Okay, locusts stop their flight when the sun is hidden by clouds. The attraction to light is so strong in some insects such as moths that they fly directly into the source of light that may prove them lethal. Okay, some moths, they are attracted towards light so that they fall into it. Suppose this light may be coming from fire or something, they directly enter into that fire and death of these insects may occur. Here, certain species of birds may use the direction of sunlight as a mean of orientation, and they are able to follow the change in sun's position during the day. Okay. Now, some decreasing light intensity draws nocturnal moths, okay, owls, bats, and many small mammals out of their living or hiding place, and the twilight before sunrise drives them back again. Okay, as soon as sun goes, okay, there is starting of black or night. At that time, these animals like moths, some moths, owls, various bats, okay, some mammals, all these are called as nocturnal animals. And as soon as there is onset of sunrise, these animals again goes back to their residing place or hiding place. The fact that numerous species of insects interrupt the development of young stage in summer despite apparently favorable high temperatures and abundance of food and enters a resting phase called as diapause, and it can be definitely attributed to the influence of light. Now we will see some structures like eyes. Light affect eyes in some organisms, or there sometimes vision is also affected. There is a correlation between type of eyes and the nature of light that they perceive. Here some terrestrial animals, they are with well developed eyes, and some of the eyes are so located on opposite sides of head that they can view the entire surrounding of the animal, whereas some animals have their eyes facing in one direction so that both eyes may focus upon one object. Nocturnal animals, okay, animals that move during the night in the absence of sunlight, they have large eyes for gathering very faint or minute light coming or reflecting from their prey or some other surfaces, or they have small eyes where other means of guidance that are available. Now the burrowing habit and the deficiency of light in the environment similarly leads to the reduction of eyes in many burrowing animals. Okay, the animals which lives in burrow, they generally lack of eyes or their vision is affected. Okay, and their eyes may be reduced, okay, small eyes, as there is absence of sunlight in their burrows. Okay, in this way the light affects various terrestrial organisms. Okay, and these effects are some, there are another very large number of examples in which the light affects organisms. Okay, but mostly you have to remember it affects on the distribution of organisms, also their color, and some body structures are different in some organs of these organisms. Okay.